Hello, hello, Gemini couples. It's your turn for your reading for the month of April. This is your rune I picked, and then this is the message that came out, and then this is whoever you're in a relationship, which doesn't have anything, but I was going to briefly read what they say. Yours says communication. Sorry about that. Communication, agreement, reconciliation, and journey. This rune is about communication, the mood of something that has two sides to two elements, and about a different reunion. So you possibly could be having a lot of communication with this person that you're in a relationship. Maybe rekindling the relationship. That's what I'm feeling. And then the message, which is the second rune, that is the rune, let me see, is wholesome vitality, the energy of the sun. So the message is this rune stands for wholeness, for that which our body needs. It embodies the pulses for self-knowledge to get you through the month. And then what this other person got that you're in a relationship with, they got the Odin rune, which is empty is the end, empty is the beginning. So maybe they're going through a period of change and transformation of, ending things, beginning things, almost like a death and rebirth. So let's get into the reading. Alright, you are coming in of April with the King of Swords. So this is pretty much like the Gemini card, the air sign, Aquarius, Libra. So I feel like you're coming in, of April, speaking your truth, being clear on point when it comes to cutting things out in your life. But it's more about, speak from truth, speak from a place of courage, and be clear when it comes to your communications. And then you have the Eight of Cups. So that has to do with, walking away. That has to do with a lot of emotions. I believe, do we have a moon? We may have a moon in Libra, I think, this month sometime. I'm not sure exactly when. So it could be a lot of emotions during the moon cycles. But also, too, it's an indication that there's a period of time that you're going through in April where you're going to have to, consider some things when it comes to, your emotions, when it comes to things that that are of high value, I'm hearing. And then following that is the Ace of Wands. So time to take action for you and another person. Time to take action when it comes to, how you're coming across people, how you're, speaking your truth. Especially with Aries season, it's a lot of, you could be having anxiety when it comes to certain things, but I just feel like it's a time, the universe is stepping in and giving you, forward movement that you may have been waiting to see. And then you have the Nine of Cups. So being satisfied, being fulfilled, having your cups runneth over, or maybe you're still waiting for things of that nature to be filled in your life in April, and that's going to be filled. And then following that is a magician card in reverse. So I feel like with it being in reverse, be careful of those around you. Be careful of your energy and where it lies, because you guys are really good about, when it comes to predicting things, when it comes to your energy. I really feel like the magician card is you, ultimately, because you're really good at manifesting. You're really good at seeing the bigger picture. And I just feel like, this card reminds us that when things seem unclear, or even when you're having forward movement, don't screw it up. Just look at what you have offer, what if it has to do with your ultimate happiness to move forward and try to not self-sabotage it. Try to be clear on what you're trying to manifest, because it looks like with the next card, the Two of Wands, that's decision card too. But it's also about juggling options. You could be trying to balancing something out this month when it comes to your relationship. So try to be very clear when it comes to making, maybe heart versus heart, emotion based decision. Try to be clear on what it is you want. After that, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. So I feel like you really want to move forward to something more solid. And when it comes to, because it looks like you have a lot of forward movement, letting go of things, but also forward movement. So I feel like you want victory in a situation, maybe in April. So I just feel like you have to be very cautious in what choice you make. So really go within and look at your options. What can ultimately long term give you happiness, long term give you success, whether it's with wealth, whether it's with work, whether it's with this relationship. Really look at your steps, because then you have the Tower card. So that's about enlightenment. I think in April you also got this for your regular card. So when it comes to the Tower moment, do be aware that sometimes there could be sudden changes, sudden movement, sudden things that happen that may get us knocked down a little bit, I feel like. But it's a way to rebuild things. So maybe within the relationship, you have to rebuild things, you have to assess things when it comes to this Tower movement. I just feel like this has to do with movement more than anything. So don't be alarmed. And then how you view the person you're in a relationship, you have the High Priestess. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. You could be dealing with someone who's very highly sensitive and highly emotional, which I feel like in some way, when you see them as a High Priestess, you see them very grounded to things, and really are based off of their emotional. So maybe you have a very emotional connection when it comes to this person that you're in a relationship with, and how they see you is the Five of Cups. So I feel like it's kind of different. It's like you see them as very sensitive, but also too, I feel like with the High of Cups, they may have lost something or feel loss in some aspects of the relationship. Maybe like they're not getting the results that they need in some way, or they're just dealing with a loss. It's possible they could have lost something or someone or something, or they're going through a lot of grieving there in their process of things. And I just feel like, that could have been the one ruin. And, that's the God one is, empty is the end, empty is the beginning. So I just feel like they're going through a lot of changes within themselves, but I just feel like, I feel like with your card as you see them, be very sensitive to the needs of others. Be sensitive to, their needs. I feel like they really need you this month. I feel like, and I feel like, you can do so much to help this person. So I just feel like, take responsibility for, your actions, how you view this person. I just feel like this person really needs you this month. Clarification how to move forward in this month with the person is the Death card. That isn't something bad. It is a good thing. I just feel like both of you are going through transformation this month, and you really need to be clear on what needs to change when it comes to relationship. The one thing that was the message, I believe, for the ruin was about, I didn't read that right. It was the defense and defensive forces. I read that wrong. Sorry about that. I read the R one, but I didn't read that one. So, it's going to take a lot of strength. You may have to, let go some things. You may have to really go within and really fix the situations. But I just feel like there's a rebirth, there's a transformation, there's a reconciliation when it comes to you and the person you're in relationship to, almost like that song from the grounds up, things that aren't working in the relationship, there's always this chance to, not necessarily end it with this person, but work on what isn't working and work on, rebuilding something. Or in some cases, it is to end things, but I just feel like it's more of a rebirth than anything that both of you are going through, a huge transformation, a huge shift in April. So I hope that helps one of you out there. Bye bye.